And this card is going to be a Christmas card, and I had the idea initially of just like drawing my vehicle and then putting a Christmas tree on top of it, like I'm driving the Christmas tree home. But then I thought, oh, it would look really cool if I actually put it in a snow globe and had some snow falling on it, and that was kind of just a little scene that would be fun and cute and also personalized, since it's going to be similar to my car. Although I did change the color of my car because my car is black, and I don't think that would make the most interesting card, especially a Christmas card where I really want it to be kind of colorful. So I'm going ahead, and you saw that I transferred everything over onto my watercolor paper that I folded and went over everything with the carbon paper transfer, and then I'm just kind of lightly tracing over everything with my waterproof pen. And I don't think that you need to be super exact, of course, about your car. I just kind of got the general shape in there, and I think that this actually would be a really fun project for kids as well. And you could even ask your kids to, draw this picture of what they think that your family car looks like. Now I'm using some masking fluid to put some snow flakes up in the air, and they're just going to be kind of some rough circle shapes, nothing special. And that way I can paint on top of them, and when I peel the masking fluid off after it's all dried, then that will all just be white, and it will look like, little round snowflakes falling in the snow globe. I felt like I just needed to go over all the lettering a little bit more because, I don't know, I didn't really like the font that I picked for this. I thought, it would look, after I traced it, a little bit more like handwriting, but it didn't really come off that way. And so sometimes it helps if you don't like the font that you printed off. It can help just to add a little bit of thickness, at least to some of the lines, to make it a little bit more handmade and have a little bit more character. And before you start painting over that masking fluid, just make sure that it's all really, really dry. And I'm not completely sure at this point if it was, so I went ahead and instead of painting the, the globe, I'm gonna paint some of the other objects so that I can give that masking fluid just a little extra time to dry if it needs it. And even though my car is kind of black or really dark gray, I thought it would look really nice just to pretend that I have a red car. So I have a little bit of red and green in there. And if you have a car that you don't think would work for this, you could actually do just like a really simple drawing of your family home, and even just put some really simple, they can really be stick figures that you put in there because it looks kind of childlike and just fun and carefree. And this is very cartoonish, what I'm doing here. So I think that just kind of adds a little bit of fun into a Christmas card. So I went ahead and just chose blue for the background color of the globe, and I'm not going to worry too much about, keeping it like really uniform. I like to have a little bit of variation in the paint, so I'm not being super careful about it. And I painted the windows blue at first, but then I'll end up going back over that with some kind of grayish black, the same that I'm using on the tires. And I think that you could leave the ground white like it is because that makes it look like snow. I did add, you know, a little bit of shadow under the car eventually, but I think either way it would look okay. I'm just darkening those windows a little bit. And here's the shadow I put under the car. Just kind of, you know, sets it on the ground a little bit more, but then it makes it look a little bit less snowy on the ground. And then I'm going back into the center with a little bit more like vivid, bold blue, just to, you know, have a little bit more variation in the whole composition. And then just adding a little bit of variation to the tree, totally not necessary, just me kind of fidgeting with things. Alright, and it's still a little wet here, but that's how it turned out, and I think that looks actually pretty cute.